Today, Tesla have a market cap of about $600 billion. You're probably wondering whether that's a lot of money in terms of the market cap of companies. And it is. It's a huge amount of money. In fact, it's so much that it basically eclipses the worth of Ford Motor Company, General Motors, and Mercedes combined. Despite having sold only a little over 1 million cars in its lifetime, Tesla is soaring up the list of valuable car brands and is already the most valuable car brand in the United States. Most of Tesla's success, of course, is due to the crazy genius that is Elon Musk. It's little wonder he's now racing up the list of the richest men in the world, and he has achieved all this in about 12 short years. However, did you know that a shrewd move from Apple years ago may have changed the future of Tesla? Well, today on Super Freaky Science, we'll be looking at Tesla, Apple, and what could have been. Struggles of Tesla. Today, Tesla looks like the most noteworthy success story of the last decade. Well, just behind Bitcoin. But Tesla wasn't always destined for success. According to Musk, there were times that he wasn't sure Tesla would be successful. After proving to the world that they could indeed produce an electric car in 2012, Tesla moved on to their second biggest challenge, proving that this electric car could be mass-produced and rolled out just like regular cars. On the surface, this sounds quite simple. To most people, it probably means setting up a factory, getting suppliers for much-needed parts, and getting the production line going. But it wasn't nearly that simple. This side of the business was so difficult that Musk thought that it would cripple and bankrupt Tesla. 2017 was a year of huge promise for Tesla, and it was also a huge year of danger. In 2012, the company has made its first all-original car, the Model S sedan, and had managed to escape bankruptcy as a result. In 2016, Tesla unveiled the Model 3 sedan and revealed that it had taken over 300,000 reservations for the vehicle. Mass production was billed to start in 2017 and was the biggest test of capacity that Tesla had ever gone through. Since Tesla is a relatively new automobile company, it wasn't obvious that they would scale though. In fact, many placed their bets on the opposite outcome, that the company would simply run out of money and wouldn't be able to scale up production so quickly. Of course, Musk didn't believe this, and he set to work. 2017 and the 3 tests. That year, he had 3 big obstacles. The first was the important one, and it was also the easiest to pass. The test was launching the Model 3 on schedule. It was easy to pass because there was no huge difficulty with getting it done, at least on the surface. Tesla had already proven that it could build a car, and by the second half of 2016, the company was already ramping up productions to insane levels. Of course, Musk already had plans to revolutionize the future of manufacturing, but he needed to get the Model 3 on the road the old-fashioned way. Of course, this would be simple for bigger automobile companies, but Tesla just wasn't one of those companies, and the company had simply never done something on such a huge scale. But this, as daunting as it may seem now, wasn't even Tesla's most difficult test to pass. The second test. In 2016, Tesla changed its name from Tesla Motors to just Tesla Inc. This name change was made to reflect the changing nature of Tesla. At that point, Tesla wasn't just a car manufacturing company. It wasn't a car manufacturing company at all. It was an energy company that made cars. In 2016, Tesla bought SolarCity, a solar roof tile making company that was about $3 billion in debt. Interestingly, that debt was just a dent in Tesla's balance sheet. The real problem of yoking together a car maker and a solar panel lease and installer, you may think, well, that should be easy. But there's a reason most automobile companies don't invest in other ventures. Making cars is difficult enough without adding a separate kind of business to the mix. And these two businesses were not the only things Tesla was juggling at that point. A year prior, they had launched a battery business and were in the process of building a $6 billion factory. And the last obstacle was perhaps the most pressing: the cash problem. No one knows what Tesla is. Some call it an automobile company, while others call it a Silicon Valley's tech startup. This may add delicious mystery to the company, but it's of absolutely no good to the stock price of the company. The stock price of Tesla was so volatile in 2017 that you never really knew if the company was up or suffering badly. The story seemed to change every month. Since car making is a ridiculously cash-intensive business, Tesla needed a lot of liquidity to get manufacturing going, and that was never going to be easy. At the end of 2016, the company had roughly $1.2 billion in cash. To ensure that this cash carried them through the year, Tesla needed to become more efficient than ever. The good thing was, Tesla didn't have to be careful with cash forever. Once the Model 3 got on the road, cash would start rolling in and things would balance out. But that point wasn't close at the beginning of 2017, and Tesla needed to get to that point before the cash ran out. But $1.2 billion is a lot of money, right? Of course it is, and most analysts believe that as well. Most people didn't see Tesla burning most of their cash and being months close to bankruptcy. And that's where Apple stepped in. Or failed to step in anyway. Musk's desperate plea. We know now that Musk was able to overcome these challenges, but we don't know how difficult it was. In November last year, Musk said that it was hell. To quote him, the Model 3 ramp was extreme stress and pain for a long time, from mid-2017 to mid-2019. One of the reasons it was so difficult was because Musk planned to excessively automate the process. That was a failure, of course. The entire process of trying robots, failing and then falling back on human beings was so expensive that within a year, Tesla had burnt through most of its cash reserves. This simply means that the company was extremely close to bankruptcy. At some point during the entire process, Musk was so disturbed that he considered selling the company, and one of the buyers he constantly thought of was Apple. You may think, what? Apple? Don't they make phones? But Apple would have been a logical candidate. They are one of the biggest companies in the world and have about $70 billion in cash and short-term investments. At that time, Apple could have easily afforded Tesla's $60 billion valuation. That wasn't the only reason Musk seriously considered pitching his company to Apple. Tesla and Apple have similar design philosophies. Both companies are known for their vertical integration, creating their hardware and software, and selling their products online and in company-owned stores. However, Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, wasn't even remotely interested in the offer. When Musk reached out to Tim in late 2017, he refused to even schedule a meeting to discuss the possibility. You may think that this is because Apple wasn't interested in going into the automobile industry. However, the rejection may be because Apple is already working on their car. Apple has been working on something called Project Titan for the last few years, and it reportedly began as a project for Apple to build its car. But reports say that the project has been scaled back and now only revolves around Apple building self-driving software. Recently, Reuters once again reported that Apple had changed direction and is now working on developing an Apple car. Perhaps that's the reason Apple didn't even entertain the thought of buying Tesla. They were already working on a car of their own. However, with the gift of hindsight, we see that Apple should have taken the deal regardless. Tesla's market cap is now 10 times what it was in 2017. Whether Apple had been working on their car or not, buying Tesla in 2017 would have been a remarkable piece of business. That's it guys, we've come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to smash the like and subscribe button. Goodbye and remember to stay safe.